Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So it's another Glitterbels tutorial and another Valentine's set. A little bit different. I know that some people don't think black is Valentine-y, but I thought I would do a red and black set. It's not really cute and lovey-dovey the way other Valentine sets are, but I just thought I would do something a little bit different. So starting out on the little finger, and this is Wifey. It's a really gorgeous red. It's one of my favourite reds from Glitterbels. I think some of the other ones, the likes of like Red Light District and Cherry Bomb, are a bit on the darker side for me, but Wifey is absolutely stunning. So I am just going to bring this down about maybe 2/3 of the way down the nail, and then I'm going to do a cutout. I'm going to do a horizontal cutout, and then I'll come back to that nail whenever it's cured. When doing the cutout with acrylic, I use a little craft knife that I just got from Amazon. So you need to wait until your acrylic has started to mattify, and then that way you know that it's not too wet and it's not going to come away whenever you do the cut. I also dip my acrylic or my little craft knife into the acrylic powder, and I find that that gives me a much cleaner cut. So moving on now to the pointer finger, or the index finger as my 15-year-old pointed out to me. I'm getting in with carbon black. So my local Glitterbels distributor got the carbon black in. I've been waiting for it for so long. So this is the first that I've actually used it. And I know that whenever, in one of my videos, I used Pixie nails. I used their black, and I just said it was really horrible to work with. But as much as I love Glitterbels, I'm not really liking this carbon black. I think so far the best black acrylic that I've ever used is from OPI. The pointer finger is going to have more or less the same design as the little finger, and I'm going to be doing my horizontal cutout once it starts to mattify, and then I'm just going to change it up again. So where I'm going to put the red glitter with the black acrylic, I'm going to put black glitter with the red acrylic. Moving on now to the thumb, and this nail is going to be like a mismatch of everything. It's going to have cutouts, it's going to have marble, it's literally going to have a whole range of different things in it. Again, I'm starting off at the cuticle area, and I'm going in again with the Wifey. I'm going to bring that down more or less just past where the natural nail bed would end, and then once it starts to mattify, I'm going to do like a chevron cutout rather than the horizontal one. To make sure I get a symmetrical cutout, I usually go to just where the natural nail bed starts to become the free edge, and then that way I know exactly where I'm going to do the next cut, just to make them both exactly the same. Moving on now to the middle finger, and I'm going in again with Wifey, again starting up at the cuticle area, and then I'll bring that down just until just to where the natural nail bed would begin. Then I'm going to go in with some of the glass slippers and just place some of those little red hearts, just going from the nail bed area down to just before the free edge, because I want to try and keep it that the glass or the clear tip starts to show through, and I want the hearts to kind of be more spaced out the further I get down towards the free edge. What I've done at the start is I placed a bead of the glass slippers just on the nails, and then I'm pressing these little hearts into it. But I do actually then go in and grab quite a large bead of the glass slippers and dip that into the hearts itself, just to get a bulk of that heart onto the nail. On now to the ring finger, and I'm going in again with that carbon black, and this nail is going to be the same as the middle finger, only it's the opposite colours. So I'm getting in with the black and then the red hearts. I don't know what it is with black acrylic. Maybe it's because it's so highly pigmented or something that it just doesn't flow the way, especially the way the Wifey has flowed in this video. It kind of like stays really bulky and doesn't self-level out. You have to make sure that you've got plenty of monomer in your brush and press it into that acrylic powder just to make it start to level out. I don't know. Now that I've got all the hearts on these two fingernails, I'm going to go ahead and cap them in the glass slippers. I normally wait until the very end to cap all my nails, but because I'm going to be using some glitter and I'm going to be filing you know, those cut out lines, I just want to make sure that those two nails don't get contaminated, especially because I want them to be really see-through at the free edge. So now that those two nails are all capped, I'm going to go back to the nails that had the cutouts, and I'm just going to crisp up those cutout lines before I start to do anything else on the nails. Starting back on the thumbnail, I'm getting in with that carbon black, and I'm just going to push this up against the wall of the wifey. I'm not going to bring this right down the nail. I'm going to cut it off the way I've done with the other nails, and then I'm doing one side first and then I'm going to do the other, because I want to make sure that I get the acrylic exactly where I want it and it doesn't spread down the nail any further. Now I'm going to come in with my little craft knife and just do a horizontal cut. You can see I didn't wait until it had mattified, and you can see that the cut really isn't as clean as what it normally would be. Back to the other nails now, and this is crimson. It's the loose powder or the loose glitter that you get from Glitterbels. So I'm going to use the crimson on the black fingernail, and then I'm going to use the black glitter, which is just a glitter from my local beauty store, and I'm going to use that black glitter on the little finger. So to pick up the loose glitter, I've dipped my brush into the clear acrylic, the glass slippers, and then I've dipped it into the glitter. Whenever I was placing it on the nail, I kind of like turned my brush upside down and slid it off the nail so that the glass slippers was placed more or less first. Once you've done that, you can go in and just dip your brush into the glitter itself and then press it into the acrylic. You can do it that way as well. Sometimes I just always do both, and that seems to work for me. So again, once this starts to mattify, I'm going to go ahead and I'll do my cutout, and then on the little finger I'm going to go in with the black glitter, and then I will do the cutout on that one as well. to the thumbnail, and I told you this was going to be a nail that has everything in it. So I'm now going to go in with some of the black and the red, and I'm going to marble it. So I'm just placing a bead of each just up towards that wall of the carbon black, and then I'll go in with the larger, wetter beads to do the marble. Back to the other nails that has the cutout, and I'm just going to crisp up those cutouts and also make sure that there's none of the acrylic just lying on that nail, because I really want the glass to show through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a band of the carbon black on the pointer finger, and then go in and put another band of the wifey on the little finger, and then I will add some hearts. So again, to get the little hearts onto the nail, I went in with a bead of glass slippers, really thin, and then I'm just going to go ahead and press those little hearts into it. Now all I have to do is to cap the remaining nails in the glass slippers. I'm only going to show this one being capped because they're all capped in exactly the same way, and I'll come back just before I start to do my filing routine. I always make sure whenever I'm capping the nails to look at the nails from the side, just to make sure that your apex is in the correct place, because this is going to be the strength and the structure of your nail. When you're working with coloured acrylics, you're just laying down the colour, so you always have to go in and build the strength and structure with your clear acrylic. Now all the clear acrylic has all cured, it's time to do the filing. So I always do the same filing routine. I always start at the side walls, and I make sure they're nice and straight. And then you can see I was going to the lower arch there and make sure that's nice and straight and coming out in line with the natural nail. And then I'll go to the free edge. So you can see that I've changed the file. The first file that I was working with was the Glitterbels metal board file, and that is a game changer whenever you want to get really straight sides and nice and crisp free edges. I do think though that it's a little bit too rigid to go over the rest of the nails, so I always then go into or change it to a normal board file, and it just gives you that little bit of flexibility to get around the cuticle area and just make sure that there's no obvious lumps and bumps in the nails. And then I normally will go back to the metal board file and just make sure that those sidewalls and that free edge is really crisp. Now that they've all been filed and shaped, I know I only did show one of them being filed just to keep the length of the video down because they're all done in exactly the same way. So I'm just giving them a quick wipe over with some alcohol before I go in with my top coat. As usual, I'm using my Glitterbels No Wipe top coat because I absolutely love it, and we'll really get to see those glass tips start to show through. And here is the finished set, guys. I thought that this particular set didn't need any rhinestones, so I have just left them as they are, as I think they're pretty enough. So if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next video. So take care. See you soon. Bye.